What's good, everybody? Welcome back to the channel, and you're here for your daily terraluna Classic update. So before we get into this video, please consider subscribing to the channel. I appreciate all your support, and click the thumbs up if you like terraluna content and want to see more of it. So let's jump straight into this video. terraluna Classic 6047 is the price. Now, we did top out at the about 6.4, just under 6.4 earlier on. So we did see a bit of a move out from Bitcoin, and then equally we saw a very, very nice pump basically all of today, which started kind of bottom end of earlier this evening. So this is the 1 hour chart. So we saw a really nice pump. Now, what we did talk about last night is the implementation of the 1.2% burn tax. So we are going to start to see the increase of the burn mechanism that sits with it. We saw that it was coded. We saw that it was also coded with parameters, which means it can be changed be either up or down. So price absolutely supported that. I think the community supported that, and equally we've seen some volume. Now, 500, nearly 600 billion in terms of volume is slightly down on yesterday. But obviously when Bitcoin starts to move, money moves into Bitcoin. It's a very, very simple process that generally happens most times that it does. But I think it's really interesting to see what this is doing. Up 10%. At one point, I think it was like 16% up on the day. So we're going to have to really stay close to it. The average has dropped to 903 billion. Ideally, we want to keep it over 1 trillion because the burn mechanism really supports it. And equally, the rewards that go to the validators keeps them on this blockchain, because there is loads of work from this Terra Rebels that want to kind of work with the Luna blockchain. Now, we did see this. I want to bring this to you guys. The Terra Station staking platforms. This is on the terraluna Classic. You can see there's quite a bit going out to quite a lot of the validators in here. So you can see all the commissions that they get. You can see the uptimes, how long they've been validating on the network, and equally then their prize pool. Now, obviously they're not that big on some of these, and equally the price doesn't really warrant huge. But you can see like this is here, 224,365 Luna tokens is what they get. But it does mean that staking is coming for the validators. Hopefully that means that very, very shortly we'll start to see staking for the average retail investor. Now, there's lots to work in terms of central exchanges and how that kind of works out, particularly when you're then adding in the complexity of this 1.2% burn. But fundamentally what they need is a pool so they can support staking. So I think we're going to start to see that. And I do still think we are seeing more migration to the old Luna Classic blockchain than Terra 2.0. Now, there's loads of noise about Terra 2.0. If it was to collapse again, that there would be potential FBI investigations put towards Do Kwon and equally the whole Terraform Labs that run and operate that blockchain, particularly when you add in this 80 million a month that's been going missing, or 80 billion a month that's been going missing, or supposedly going missing. So we're going to have to really see. All of that, though, supports the Terra Classic blockchain. And equally, we saw this tweet earlier. So this Raider70, he's part of the kind of community development team that are kind of working with this terraluna Classic blockchain to implement, you know, ideas and implement code and implement everything else that's really supporting this. Because ultimately, what do we want to do from this? This is about trying to make people the money that they lost, and equally bring a really good blockchain to maintain it without then needing kind of the almost craziness of Do Kwon to sit over the top of it and all the kind of questionable activities that kind of went on with it. So we saw this. Bringing new partners to develop utility on top of the Terra Classic blockchain is fundamental to restoring value. We will be doing our best to encourage and assist application builders to deploy their solutions on the Terra Classic blockchain, and it is contingent on the whole community demonstrating demand, encouraging and supporting service providers on other blockchains to also bring their services to Terra Classic. Now, I think it's a really interesting statement because we already know that Binance hold a significant portion of Terra Classic. It's a huge amount. It's like 2.3 trillion tokens. And I've always said in a number of videos that I do think that Binance has got his eyes on this, that there's something else that could be true to it. I don't know for a fact, don't quote me on it, but it just feels like he's more close to this than you know, I see a lot of other, you know, I don't see Vitalik talking about it as an example. I know that probably isn't that relationship wise, but look, that's the point. But ultimately what they want to do is bring apps to the network. Now, when we again looking at this rewards, then there are networks there are apps that can get the rewards by supporting the blockchain. Equally, there are apps that we can then go and build on the Terra Classic blockchain. So I think it's pretty exciting. I'm really excited to see what this Raider70 guy does in terms of really pushing this. It does feel like there's an absolute firm agenda behind it. And then finally, I just thought I'd bring you this. This is kind of another community push bit. Now, I think it's a bit cheesy, if I'm dead honest. I'm not sure it's the right thing to do, but the proposal has been put for 098 Play to Earn game on Terra Classic. Hello, we are a team of artists and developers who are currently working on a project of Play to Earn game. One of the goals of our project is to entertain in-game content in an RPG genre, as well as burning lunacy, which will be an in-game currency. The concept of introducing lunacy into our game. In-game purchases will be made with lunacy, 70% of which after the transaction will be collected for a single wallet aimed at burning, which will help improve the state of the token. So, look, it's probably not going to pass. Let's be clear about this. It's got 5 days left to go. It's got a significant way to go. But the point here, again, is the community want to support the deflationary aspect of this token. That is what will add value, as well as really putting brilliant applications on it and a big community supporting by it. It does feel like there is significant momentum behind Luna Classic as opposed to Terra 2.0. And I think once the scales tip, we'll just see people move to this Luna Classic blockchain. As we see this upgrading as the software, we see this burn implementation going. It's pretty exciting to see kind of what happens. I'm absolutely hoping that this really works out and that all those people that lost a significant amount have an opportunity to make some of it back. But let me know in the comments what you think about all this with Terra Classic. Are you still bullish on it? What's your views? Drop in the comments. As ever, I really appreciate the support. Please consider subscribing to the channel and also give it a thumbs up. And guys, I'm going to see you in the next video.